First, the top headlines. Chief Minister inspects Singda Dam, Merging Complex and Amusement Park. Early morning storm wreaks havoc in Manipur, several houses damaged. ZUF holds first round of official and political talk at New Delhi. MPCC slams BJP government over continuing border fencing without resolving disputes. As the demand for Meitei gets filled, Manipur High Court directs state government to submit recommendation to center. One more MLA tenders resignation from the chairman of Manipur Development Society. And Australia announces 17-member squad for World Test Championship final against India in 2 days of SS series. Hello, good evening and welcome to ELITETV. I'm Pari Yendrembam giving you 6 p.m. English news. Now, before giving you the news, we request you to follow the SOP given by the government, wear a face mask when out in public, wash hands regularly and maintain a minimum distance of 6 feet between one person and another. ELITETV also requests you to get vaccinated in time to protect ourselves from this virus and play your part in the fight against COVID-19. Now, the news in detail. The present government under Prime Minister Narendra Modi believes in delivering to the public what has been promised, Chief Minister N. Biren said today. Following inspections of the catchment areas of the Singda Dam, roadway site at the Merging Hill and the ongoing construction works of the water and amusement park at Thengu Singzint, the Chief Minister said the present government has already inaugurated and delivered over several projects to the public in its first year, like the Kangla Nongpok Thong Polo statue at the Merging Olympian Park, among others. Now the government is planning to deliver various projects to the people in the next year. He said, adding that the main priority is the issue of water. And Biren said, as Singda Dam has dried up, we are facing water scarcity, especially in Imphal. We are, however, managing now with water from Thobal project and some rain in recent times, he said. Siltation caused by deforestation in the catchment area at the Singda Dam has become a serious issue, and now the priority is to clear the silt, he said. He said that other than stationing police personnel in the area, fencing and tree plantation drives will be taken off in the catchment areas. At Merging Hill, construction of a roadway is underway and we are targeting to complete it by December this year, the Chief Minister N. Biren Singh said. He further stressed on the importance of the preserving forest cover and said, we cannot blame nature for the destructions due to heavy storms and heat waves. It is all our own doing, he said, making an appeal to the people for mass tree plantation, stating that the government will be taking up a mass tree plantation drive in the state. He appealed the people to support the effort to plant trees to counter climate change and said we can lessen the effects of the climate change by some extent by planting more trees in our hills. During the inspection at Singda Dam, the Chief Minister was accompanied by Water Resource Minister Awangbong Nyumai, Public Health Engineering Minister L. Susindrom Mitei, and concerned officials. During the inspection at the Merging Hill and the amusement park, the Chief Minister was accompanied by the Public Health Engineering Minister L. Susindrom Mitei and Andro MLA Thongnaujam Syam Kumar and concerned officials.
no ubagi migi damanungi makhonduda uyan thalaga tawle aduna praja supa tawa kadang gal aduna ai madalida police nga halani singatang gisima antaki head nong lakpa kanda fencing khajan bagal loina na u khajan ba aduga madugi singatang gi singchi ngasi dagi sei yang kai chamse intact lainer facilitation thokana ba ta masa masa tarokan septo ba ma adagi sigi si koi cable car makhong se cable car si to margin gi am station gi mathak maton si to cable line ani sala sumaina kumak pakar pa to ni ahan ba igi plan ama to gerum se to margin ga langol gi adalai ri ba ko gi langol view langol impal view gi top ching maton ani si samnan gi na to adubu cable car si am kitang technical oi bani na trial oi na sida hanong yensi haino hono bne no si ko masi target to by December this liba sahi si ki April na within 8 months da masi si mayam da prada sinage.
Several houses were damaged by an early morning storm accompanied by rain that swept through the various parts of the northeastern Manipur. However, no human casualties were reported in the storm, which wreaked havoc in many villages. People familiar with the situation said. Manipur usually witnesses strong winds accompanied by the light rains in the first week of May, but for the past 3-4 years, the people have been witnessing such events in the month of April. The storm, accompanied by rain that took place around 1 a.m. on Thursday, damaged more than 30 houses at Senzam Kuno and Senzam Zapro in Imphal West District. Many trees were also uprooted or their branches were fall, and power supply was widely disrupted in some pockets of Imphal, the state capital, according to reports. With the signing of the COO agreement made between ZUF and the Government of India on 27 December 2022, the first round of the official and the political talk was held on the 19 April 2023 at New Delhi. In a statement of the Zilingharong United Front, the charter of political demand with relevant documents for references was submitted as a basis for discussion in a cordial manner. Both sides have understood each other's positions and agreed to continue the dialogue on the dynamics of the homeland demand at the earliest. The discussion has affirmed to address the long-drawn Zilingharong political issues that was left unaddressed for decades with the passing away of Rani Gaidinliu, the then president of the Zilingharong People Convention and the freedom fighter of India. The legacy of the Haipok Zadunang and the Rani Ma for homeland is now picked up by Zilingharong United Front and process for resolving the Zilingharong political aspiration. The statement further added the first round of the official and the political talk has paved the way forward to define an ultimate political situation in the fulfillment of the long cherished dream of the Zilingharong kindred people. Vice President of the MPCC, Harishwar Goswami, slammed the government, maintaining that instead of resolving the issues of the border dispute, the government illegally continue the border fencing. In a press meet held at Rishanki Singh Major's Center of the Congress Bhavan, he pointed out that since R.K. Ranjan was appointed as the Union Minister for External Affairs and the Education Minister, MPCC imagined that the border disputes will be solved by him, as he was highly educated. But in contrary, without resolving the border issues, he gave election speeches in some stated for the upcoming Lok Sabha election. It is more shocking that he never gave assurance to the people of state to resolve the border issues, and query is he unaware of the border issue between Manipur and Myanmar. He further exhorted to discontinue border fencing before resolving the issue.
Manipur government irakpa matharakpa prajana civil society organization irakpa kari si legi si ma khangdraba mana khangraga kharadi ai puthorke aingonda leiya hujiki hariba report sida nataba atai kaya amusu legi mana thiba hitabra thiroin thidabra khangna khangnadabra mana karigumba hariba tharaiba Manipur omdagi tawreiba piraiba region mayam maram mayam not only it is a prajada nataga akhoi civil society organization in the natana government of Manipur gi chief secretary na chief commissioner na matang phil leba matam dugi chandel gi dc na kari na ireiba record mayam cha documentic yam kre ma kaisu nataba lemmen haiba tare ayhak phawda record kharadi leijai adu mana haiba sing ase sukang khangdaw dawna haiba sahi yankhai ungse akhoi congress na kaidog leige na ma hai tari leige se ma khangdre haiba ne adu mana khangbi gadaba amana sahi ngasi dagi 1967 dagi na ngasi phawda haibadi 2023 phawda congress na chief minister oigiba se akhoi tara humdoi congress na chief minister oi aduga atopa party mayam na tararak oi aduga president room na tararak lei matam se da manga loina makse kaimta usnadana akhoi gi kari haige haiba matam da puna maksi gi daita puna maksi congress ni gaina.
The Manipur High Court has directed the state government to submit recommendation for inclusion of the Meitei in the scheduled tribe ST list. The Manipur High Court has directed the state government to submit a recommendation regarding the inclusion of the Meitei in the ST list to the Union Ministry of the Tribal Affairs. The Manipur government has been asked by the High Court to submit the recommendations with 4 weeks. Notably, inclusion of the Meitei community of Manipur in the ST list is one of the long-standing demands of the several civil society organizations in the state. However, many tribal-based CSOs, particularly student bodies like the Atsum, Ansam and the KSO, have raised strong objections on the demand of the inclusion of the Meitei in the ST list. On April 17, the Scheduled Tribe Demand Committee of Manipur, STDCM, has submitted a memorandum to the Outer Manipur MP, Lorho S. Foze, demanding the inclusion of the Meitei in the ST list. Meitei community, which is an indigenous community of Manipur, fulfills the criteria required to be included in the ST list. In order to save the Meitei from becoming a minority and living like a refugee in their own land, STDCM demanded the inclusion of the Meitei in the ST list, the STDCM stated. One more MLA, Paunam Brozin, tenders resignation from the post of the chairman of the Manipur Development Society, MDS. Paunam Brozin won from the Wangjing Tenta constituency of the Thobal district. It may be mentioned here that Chief Minister N. Biren said that there is no crisis in the BJP government, even as PSED Minister L. Sushendro and the MLA R. Imo had said that 2 MLAs resigned from their respective posts due to greed for power. It is now clear that at least 3 prominent MLAs of the BJP are not in good relations with the Chief Minister N. Biren, and resignation from the post of the MDS chairman by the MLA Paunam Brozin indicates that the Chief Minister N. Biren had not initiated any move to keep control of the MLAs from raising against his leadership. A person identified as Takhelambam Sanatomba Meitei of the Khuyathong Polem Lekai was arrested from a passenger bus for illegal possession of the Indian-made foreign liquor on Wednesday. Police sources said, based on reliable information about the transportation of the IMFL from outside state towards Imphal along National Highway 2, loaded in a night super passenger bus coming from Dimapur side towards Imphal, acting on the information under the overall guidance of the Dr. A.S. Ibomcha Singh, IPS, Superintendent of Police, Imphal West District Police, under the supervision of the Additional SP, Imphal West M. Bisore Singh, MPS, and under the command of the Inspector N.G. Johnson Singh, OC Sengmai Police Station, checked the said passenger bus at the police station gate and detected the under-noted items from the illegal possession of 1 Takhelambam Sanatomba Meitei. It is reported that the particulars of the seized articles are Kingfisher can beer 20 cases, Royal Stag full bottles 4 cases, Sterling Reserve half bottle 5 cases, Sterling Reserve quarter bottles 5 cases, McDowell number 1 full bottles 11 cases, and the McDowell number 1 half bottles 13 cases. Chief Minister N. Biren on Wednesday inaugurated a 2-week-long free children heart surgery camp and honored the team from the William Novick Global Cardiac Alliance (NCA) USA by declaring them as a state case. The free children heart surgery camp is jointly organized by the Sky Hospital and Research Center Private Limited in association with the William Novick Global Cardiac Alliance USA and the Manipur Heart Foundation. Speaking at the inaugural function held at the Classic Grande Imphal, the Chief Minister said since the team is doing so much for the state's children conducting the operation free of cost, we should also reciprocate and do something for them. He further lauded the team's sense of humanity, service, dedication and conviction, and accorded a warm welcome to the team from the USA and said they have come down all the way to the tiny state of Manipur in service to humanity. There is no religion greater than the service to humanity and the needy, he said, further acknowledging and lauding the team for their service. Enhancement also lauded Chairman Chief Cardiologist, Sky Hospital Research Center Private Limited, Dr. L. Sam Kishore Singh, for all his efforts and said he has done a lot for the poor through the Chief Minister Yendrembam scheme and the Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana PMJAY. The Chief Minister also highlighted the Prime Minister Narendra Modi's efforts in the health sector and spoke of the schemes like PMJAY and CMHT. And Brian Singh also said, being a doctor is a profession where one cannot say sorry. Doctors are next to God, he said, adding that their treatment saved lives and while even a small error on their part could cost lives. Urging everyone to imbibe the mindset of helping the needy and the poor, the Chief Minister highlighted that all of his government schemes have mainly focused on providing service to the poor, old and weaker section. Health Minister Dr. Sapam Ranjan Singh said it is a great day for a state that a 14-day free children heart surgery camp is being held in the state. He further thanked the team from the USA and said the state has been trying to detect prenatal cardiac problems in the state. We are glad that such a big team from the USA is in the state to provide their service to the state, he added. The inaugural function was also attended by Senior Pediatric Surgeon William Novick, Global Cardiac Alliance, NCA, USA, Dr. Vitali and his team, Additional Chief Secretary Bulun Mank, Dr. L. Syam Kishore Singh, among others.
Awana mateng pangba lainjalai ro nusiba asolana bo nusiba luna tobiba kina sawai ko dharma dikti ai kosa America dagi state of Manipur ma pickers la kana free service privilege mogi thinking mogi wakhal mo je ko angrage moi na hana development do na ta mogi sense of humanity, sense of service, dedication, and conviction to nida. Sikum base koi ni arai like awana ta bune am sigi freedom atin mangba lai da sing yo kana bona ba atun ta ba sing sankapin bona base base ai ni head anui burum mani head ai saka koi saka head ni se bi ba ko disabled sing Shwina sing scheme sotar sing tengba lai mangam jadar sing health card alwar sing always hankat pa widow sing adom de ayam ro na focus bi na I scheme sing.
Now, before giving you further news, let's have a short commercial break.
Welcome you all to UNACO School Channel in Far East, an exclusive co-educational residential school located on a sprawling 50 acres campus just 24 km away from Imphal city. The school will be affiliated to CBSE New Delhi. Academic session will begin on 1st April 2023 for classes 4 to 8. Registration commence open for 2023 and 24 session.
Manipur da ahanbo oina steel machu sangnaba brand Heritage Homes ki Farway steel gi pen launching tawjare. Steel railing, sanitary items, steel furniture, makal makha gi pochai singda steel gi magun mangandana sangba yaraba gold, rose gold, copper finish, green, purple asina singba phungdigani. Retail tawbining ba leiragasu contact tawbirako yagani. Heritage Homes ki Farway steel spray pen Tasi interiors da phungdigani.
Office of the Imphal Municipal Corporation. Order asigi matungina Imphal Municipal Corporation manungda leiriba ima kaithel sing haibadi Khwairambal ima kaithel Mari Lamnong kaithel Kongba kaithel Singjamai kaithel Pisum kaithel Kaisamthong kaithel Kwa kaithel Tera kaithel Lampen Supermarket kaithel New Lampen Supermarket kaithel hairiba kaithel sing asigi association loop amadi Kaithel Pamiribi Ima Ibil Singh Mafamda Gariguma Karadang Kanganjari Madudi Imphal Municipal Corporation Gi Ayaba Yauduna Kaithel Manumda Kaithel Lairembigi Sanglen Sajanba Amadi Dharmaga Mailinaba Makalamatageba Tabak Thorum Singh Pangtok Payaroi Kaithel Pamiribi Ima Ibil Singh na Isagi Kudong Chab Khaki Yenglaga makal amatagi oiba mongda semdokpa sadokpa yaksinba sangjenba amadi napsin minasingba tawba yaroi karigumba hariba mathakta paleba thabok thorom singasi torom labadi Manipur Municipalities Act 1994 gi makhada action lokhut khangal liba K Chandrakumar Singh Municipal Commissioner Imphal Municipal Corporation.
Welcome back once again after a short commercial break. Now the news. In its commitment towards making the international border crime-free, vigilant troops of the 110 Battalion BSF Meghalaya rescued 22 cattle from bordering area of the East Khasi Hills, which were meant to be smuggled to Bangladesh through international border. In the night intervening 18th and 19th April 2023, the cattle were being brought towards the international border covertly along the banks of the river Shela. Acting on a specific tip of, BSF led a special ambush and seized all the cattle, although miscreant smuggler fled away from the spot. The seized cattle were handed over to concerned police outposts for further disposal. On the same day, troops of the 193 Battalion BSF Meghalaya foiled smuggling attempt by seizing 3,380 numbers of the spectacles worth ₹16 lakh while being smuggled to Bangladesh. The Border Security Force has identified vulnerable routes, patches used frequently by the smugglers, miscreants, and are dominating the sensitive areas by deploying additional manpower and gadgets. At least 3 northeastern states, Assam, Arunachal Pradesh and Meghalaya, are likely to be lashed by the heavy rains and thunderstorm in coming days. According to Indian Meteorological Department (IMD), and atmospheric instability in the northeast is expected to bring rains and even snow at higher altitudes, accompanied by thunderstorm in the coming days. Heavy rains 64.5 mm to 115.5 mm will lash Arunachal Pradesh between Thursday, April 20 and Saturday, April 22. On the other hand, heavy rains are likely to lash Assam and Meghalaya on Friday, April 21 and Saturday, April 22. Furthermore, scattered to fairly widespread rains of light to moderate intensity with thunderstorms, lightning and gusty winds are likely over northeast during the next 5 days, April 20 to 24. A yellow watch has been issued over northeast for the rest of this week. 5 inmates of the Myanmar origin, including 1 murderer, escaped from the Lunglei district prison, prompting a manhunt. According to the police report, the inmates escaped at around 2 a.m. this morning by breaking the wall of the prison toilet. According to the jail superintendent, the inmates are still in the ward until 1:30 a.m. When the duties are on the ward round, there are 40 inmates in the ward while they are escaping from the district jail. The inmates were identified as Lalsao Wi Mawia, 24 years old, from Tahan, Myanmar, who has a murder case for killing a lady in 2021. Lalba Wi Hilia, 27 years old, Dokap Thanga, 26 years old, brought a vote from the Zokarter, and Hau Diu Sin, 25 years old, from Thangnuam Samphai, and Vanai Thanga, 38 years old, from Laysen, Myanmar. The police department is setting up a special team to hunt down the escaped inmate. At least 78 people have been killed in a crash at a school in the Yemeni capital Sana'a during a distribution of the charity for Ramadan yesterday, April 19. The event happened during the final days of the Muslim holy month of the Ramadan, which is marked by a period of fasting. According to an interior ministry, armed Houthis have fired into the air in an attempt at crowd control, apparently hitting an electrical wire which exploded and caused panic among those waiting. Those responsible for the distribution have been detained and an investigation is underway, the Interior Ministry said. Yemen has been devastated by the conflict that has been escalated in 2015 when the Houthis seized control of the large parts of the west of the country. K-pop star Moonbin has died at the age of 25, his record level has announced, according to the report published by the BBC. He was found unresponsive by his manager at his apartment in Seoul on Wednesday night, South Korean media quoted police as saying. He appears to have taken his own life, but an autopsy is being reviewed to determine the exact cause of death, police said. Moonbin unexpectedly left our world and became a star in the sky, a tribute from his level, Fatiago said. Australia announced 17-member squad for the World Test Championship final and the opening 2 tests of the Ashes series. The World Test Championship final will be played between India and Australia on 7 June at the Oval. The 15-member squad for the Test Championship will be named on 29 May. Opener David Warner has secured a place in the World Test Championship final and the Ashes squad. The Australian board has also decided to bring back 3 players, Mitchell Mars, Josh Inglis and Marcus Harris. For ELITETV News Channel, contact to the email address info@elitv.in or 94028909882 and subscribe to ELITETV YouTube channel or follow on Facebook page, Instagram and Twitter for more information about the channel. Now the headlines once again. Chief Minister inspects Singda Dam, the Margin Complex and the amusement park. Early morning storm wreaks havoc in Manipur, several houses damaged. ZUF holds first round of official and political talk at New Delhi. MPCC slams BJP government over continuing border fencing without resolving disputes. As the demand for Meitei gets filled, Manipur High Court directs state government to submit recommendation to center. One more MLA tenders resignation from the chairman of the Manipur Development Society. And Australia announces 17-member squad for the World Test Championship final against India and 2 tests of the Ashes series. Well, that's all for 6 p.m. ELITETV English news and updates. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned.